So Meta, or Mark Zuckerberg, just released a second open source model called Segment Anything 2, or SAM2. And what this does is it allows you to segment any objects in images or short videos as seen in the videos on screen. So fundamentally what this does is it tracks things down to the pixels, and then you can extract that piece of video or that object out of the video, keeping the motion consistent. And the beautiful thing about Mark Zuckerberg and Meta's approach to open sourcing models like this, or open sourcing Llama 3.1405b, is you get these capabilities that you wouldn't have before that causes technology as a whole to accelerate much more quickly within the realm of artificial intelligence, because now people can use models like SAM2 or use the models like Llama 3.1405b to create synthetic data or train different neural nets and create better large language models and better applications altogether. And it just allows for the acceleration of this technology to go much faster as a whole, rather than trying to be the one AI company that owns all AI and is basically like the Amazon of AI. So I think this is a very good vision that Meta and Mark Zuckerberg has, and I think this is something that is very it's very admirable, to say the least. And here's a quick snippet from this article. As Mark Zuckerberg noted in an open letter last week, open sourced AI has more potential than any other modern technology to increase human productivity, creativity, and quality of life, while accelerating economic growth and advancing groundbreaking medical and scientific research. We've been tremendously impressed by the progress that AI community has made using SAM, and we envisage SAM2 unlocking even more exciting possibilities. So just to give you some more examples of what this thing can actually do, is you can select multiple objects within specific videos and then segment those objects out of the videos. You can change the background, you can remove certain features, and you can make the entire thing just become a different piece of art altogether. So in this video with SAM2, they're showing an example of them selecting his shirt and then deselecting his head, so that they just have the shirt selected and not his entire body selected. You can see the comparison from SAM2 versus baseline selection of having more than just his shirt selected. As you can see, here's another example of selecting the kid and then deselecting everything but the kid's shirt. So now you can just have the kid's shirt selected. And if you really wanted to, you could remove everything from the video besides the shirt, and it would simply look like a floating shirt. And you could do a variety of different things with that type of creation. Here are some examples of some limitations with this model. As you can see, some objects will exit the screen and then you'll have to select new objects. And sometimes SAM2 will confuse different objects with objects that aren't the object that it wants to track, but will obviously get better over time. So in this example on the left, they have the SAM2 model tracking these balls and labeling them and keeping the labels correct as the balls are passed around between the different hands, feet, and on the screen, which is pretty impressive if you ask me. And this is going to be something where we can see a lot of cool products being built and a lot of interesting use cases being applied to the real world environment, which I'm extremely excited for. And honestly, I plan on using this to make some interesting YouTube videos, because this is something that'll definitely make the content a bit more exciting. But anyways, let's get into how we can actually use this model and how you can test it out for yourself. So you can simply just type in sam2demo.meta.com and you'll be able to click pretty much the top link in whatever feed you're using, and then you can come here and click try the demo and then simply click try it now. So at first it's going to give us a sample video, and what we can do is pretty much click any part of the image we want to track. So for me, I'm just going to click on his feet, see if I can track both of his feet. Cool. So I have both of his feet. I'm going to track objects. We have his feet being tracked. Pause. And I'm going to add the ball. All right, let's play again. Track objects. Now we have the ball and his feet being tracked, which is pretty cool. So now it's giving us options to do more things. So I can change the background. I can completely erase the background, and now it's simply his feet and the ball. I can make the background pixelated. I can outline everything. And if I want to, I can make the actual objects that I chose a certain emoji, or I can add different things that make it look a lot different, to say the least. We can pixelate the balls and the shoes, and we can completely erase the shoes altogether, and we can completely erase the background, which would just give us the balls and the shoes that are like two opposite colors. And then there's also this surprise me button where we can have AI just like set it up for us. I'm going to click next. Now I can put in my own videos, which is pretty interesting. But for this example, I'm just going to go to the gallery and I'm just going to choose something interesting in here that looks relatively somewhat complex that would make it harder to track. This one looks good enough for me. So I'm just going to click like something that's hard to see, like this person all the way back here. And I'm going to track the object and see how good it does. That's pretty impressive. Like, it tracks the object very well. Whoop, it just switched to this person. Now it's tracking 2 different people. So there's some things that could be improved, but obviously this is still in beginning stages. I'm going to go ahead and track this yellow F1 car in this race. Now I'm going to remove the background. Now we can see the yellow car navigating the track without a background. And now we have a video game pixelated background, and the yellow car looks like a normal car instead of a pixelated car, which is interesting. What would be more interesting is if we start over, and then we select the main car, and we track objects, and then we go to the background and pixelate everything else. So everything else in the video looks like a game, and then the actual car that we're driving looks very realistic, which, I don't know, I think that's kind of cool. Or vice versa. Now we have a pixelated car, and the rest of the game is not pixelated. So as you can see, there's some pretty interesting things you can build with this open source model, and I think I myself am definitely going to be using this a lot just for like YouTube content and other sources of content. I'm going to build like end-to-end automations that leverage this thing eventually, which I'm extremely excited to talk about and make videos about in the future. But I'm very curious to hear what you guys would apply this to. You can go ahead and leave a comment below. I also have a free community where we talk everything AI and how to leverage this technology, so you can make sure that you are on the receiving end of the technological revolution that we're going through instead of the end that is getting steamrolled. And that way we can all be prosperous and very happy, right? So that being said, that's the end of this video. Again, let me know what you're building. If you want to tell everybody in the community or bounce some ideas off of other people, you can join the community and talk about whatever you want to talk about.